Greetings from Bulgaria, I'm Volk, and this is one of many shorter videos published on day 1 from early access of Knights of the Fallen Empire and patch 4.0. Today we're going to take a little bit more deeper look now with screen and explanations available compared to the overview from a couple weeks ago of the companion changes. How have they changed? What do we do with companions, their gear, the new window, the new user interface for companions, their different roles. Let's start by revealing these brand new companions and contacts windows. We have alerts, followers, other followers and contacts. All of these things are explained very neatly and very shortly by BioWare in a short tutorial screen. You know the default tutorial screens they publish every time there is a new patch or a new expansion with important game changes. Alerts are things that we will start receiving from our contacts when we start the alliance system. I will talk about the alliance in a different video. For the followers and the companions, you see before you start Fallen Empire, you have all of your old and current companions available. For the Jedi Knight, I have Doc, Kira, Lord Scourge, Rusk, T7. I've also purchased Trick, HK51, and now I have Nico Okar. If you qualify for early access, this means you have been subscriber at after or before actually August 10, and you will receive an in-game mail with your token to activate Nico Okar. There is going to be a very short tutorial again in the form of a blank window, no animations or such thing. But BioWare is going to tell you that Nico Okar will be following you and playing for you and defending you, depending on his current role, but he will not be able to take part in conversations. When you start Fallen Empire, the special new storyline, you will not be able to select any random companion. You will only be allowed to use the companion that BioWare designed and decided to give you for the specific chapter. I haven't finished the chapters yet, but this has been the case for the first 4 so far. On the left side we see the companions. These icons here mark their current role. I'm not really sure why BioWare decided to mark their current role, probably because this window is resizable, so to speak. And if you close the button, you cannot see the right side, because up on the top you have another button with the active role of your companions. Currently, when you're not doing the Fallen Empire special story missions, the epic story quests, you're allowed to call all of your companions and do with them whatever you want. The purple number 10 means that the influence, the previously called companion affection, has been transferred into influence. If you had 10,000 affection, which was the maximum, the cap, before the launch and before 4.0, 10,000 was the cap and your companion had the best stats available. Now there is new cap, and up on the right side you can see that their rank is now 10 and they can rise up to 50. You do the same like you did before. You feed them with companion gifts because down below here after the description, every companion has listed the exact same items like they had listed before, what they like and what they dislike, so you can more easily determine what exactly you should give to your companion. The other option, obviously, just like before, is to play with them during quests, and this way you will gain influence. Influence is boosting them just like before, but now BioWare finally grants us specific numeric bonuses. What exactly are we gaining? So for this specific example, at influence rank 10, our companions are able to benefit from plus 500 presence when summoned, only when summoned. They also give us 15% time efficiency for crew skill tasks, meaning they will complete missions 15% faster. They also gain 5% critical rate for crew skill tasks, meaning if you want to crit craftable item, you will have to use the companion with more affection. You will notice that BioWare removed the specific bonuses for the companions, because in the past each companion had a specific boost to different crafting ability or gathering ability, but now this has been removed and the bonuses are global, so it shouldn't really matter if you send Doc to or T7 or any other of your companions to bring you the so desired crafting materials for Biochem or for something else, depending of course on your current crew skill selections. The third button obviously is known to all of us. This one, because the companion is active at the moment, is to send him to sell my junk, and depending on your legacy perks, the companion will finish this in between 5 seconds and up to 60 seconds. Obviously I have the legacy perks, so he finished very quickly. If you want to call another companion, you obviously click the other button. This button and the whole menu is quite similar to this one. However, this one is now specifically dedicated only to crew skills. As you will notice, there is an icon here marking which one of your companions is active with you at the moment. You can still send Kira to a mission, but this means she will despawn and you will have to call another companion if you want to. What's next? The specific roles. All of the companions can perform all the 3 basic and generic roles: heal, tank or damage. They have very similar abilities, but at the same time not quite exactly the same ones. So for a very quick demonstration, I'm going to call Doc. And we will inspect him in all of his aspects. You will see that he's marked as a healer at the moment, and this also says heals, and this also says heals. Their ability bar, the toolbar for the companions, has been changed, as in it's been shortened, and depending on their active role at the moment, currently he is a healer, only the abilities that are related to healing role are showed, which means they have the basic standard attack or passive, then we have 3 healing skills, and then we have progressive call to scan, which heals a friendly target again, like a hot, sorry. And at the end we have the electrostasis, my most hated ability, because the companion sits and stuns for 8 or 9 seconds someone. It says that this is instant, so I will definitely have to change, or if you've already checked it for yourself, let me know if this is instant or the channel is still 8 seconds. I'm not exactly sure what happens after they stun the mob. Do they benefit again? Do they behave actively again? We'll see. Right, so to change the role of the companion, the easiest way is to just right-click on their avatar. It doesn't matter where on the avatar, as long as you target the avatar, and you can select their role. A quick example for the heals, and now a quick example for the tanking skills. Again, we have the same attack and passive. In the end, we have multi-grapple, anti-personal detonator, we have provoking flare, threatening focus and power charge, all tanking abilities. And for the last version we have the same attack and passive. These are the modes, they are not abilities. If you want to make the companion attack, I would strongly suggest you bind to shortcuts, of course if you're using keybind shortcuts. For your companion attack and passive mode, they're very helpful for speed leveling. And then for DPS mode, we have a few DPS abilities. You can again turn them off and on, depending on what you want to do. Some of them may be AoE abilities, some of them may be breaking CCs, and you have to obviously read the description, because these abilities are very similar across all of your companions, but they're not exactly the same. Because very quickly, this was a non-force user. Very quickly, if we jump to a force user, you will see that in DPS stance, she has specific abilities related to her force capabilities. However, there is something weird, and this is weird not just for Kira, but for every companion I have inspected so far. A quick example is Pummel, which has 30-meter range, because BioWare wants all of the companions to behave similarly. This means they don't want to make the ranged DPS companions doing melee stuff. That's why probably BioWare granted the melee companions 30-meter range. So I don't know exactly how Kira is going to pummel from 30-meter range. Probably she's going to jump, or I don't know, we'll see that. That's not really that very important. The important part is none of the abilities have actually been removed. As a matter of fact, a couple of new ones have been added to the arsenal of our companions. We will not lose these companions, at least I haven't lost them yet. And these other followers, as they're mentioned, I don't know if I showed you, I will show you right now. Calling quickly Doc, because he's one of the origin companions. They don't benefit from gear, and it doesn't matter what you put here. It does matter only for outfit and for appearance, but as BioWare stated many times, The statistics for your companion only depend on your influence with them now and with the current level of your character, because the companions, as always, level up with your character. Doc doesn't need gear. The only thing they need is a weapon. Again, it doesn't matter what stats the weapon will have. You don't need to put a color crystal on that weapon. Just need the weapon, because obviously many of their abilities depend on the weapon they're using, because Doc still is not allowed to use a lightsaber. I haven't tried, but I can't imagine that you shouldn't be allowed to put a lightsaber in the hands of Doc. Quick demo with one of the other followers, so-called other followers. If you spawn this guy, you will see that he only has a weapon slot and a customization slot. He doesn't have gear anymore. He's a droid. And you remember what a pain it was to gear up droids. You had to use special vendors, special tokens, special reputation, and so on to gear them up. It wasn't really that easy. Another quick demonstration. This is the new companion, Niku Okar, whose appearance actually is not exactly as awesome as I was expecting. The duster coat seems a little bit too pale, damn it. The hat is fantastic though, much better than the other cowboy hat available in the game previously. The weapons are just beyond awesome. I love them. The only thing I dislike is the coat. It's way too simple, and I'm gonna try and see if I can see, and if I can take a look from his back. Yeah, you know, the stupid companions always following you, even if you put them on passive.
Not really the follow orders type.
See, they still keep following you. There is no way to make the companion sit still, unlike this option available in many other games from BioWare. It's not available here. And the very last demo trick. Again, taking a look, she still doesn't have gear, even though Trick's gear was normal gear, as if for every other companion. She is the so-called other type of follower, not the classic companion. That's why she's not allowed to benefit from outfit. I don't know what was exactly BioWare's decision to do that, but anyway, this, I forgot to mention, is the scale, and this is how you monitor your progress. I don't know yet what exactly is this bottom field over here, interactions, but I'm about to learn that very soon, most likely. That's it for the companions changes. If I come up with something else, if I discover something else, obviously I will add to the video in the form of annotations. If it's something more major than this, I will obviously create a new video, but I was hoping this one would be shorter, and in the end it turned out to be about 20-ish minutes long. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out all the other videos from this playlist and everything else I publish related to Fallen Empire. I hope you will enjoy all of these things. Have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.